celebrate International Women's Month, the Macadam Knights would like to take some time to feature some women that have made an impact in STEM, along with their own female team members. What got you interested in robotics or STEM?
I was just always kind of interested in robotics. It could have stemmed from my parents both being engineers in general. Also, the other thing what got me more interested on joining this, even though I was already, was my beginning to engineering's teacher recommending me joining this for the CAD part to my mother when she went there because I was a fast learner with Fusion and did quite well in her class and still do.
So really, my brother had done it before me in elementary school for FLL, or First Lego League, and when I had, in 3rd grade, got to see what they did and saw that that there were females in it, it was like, oh wow, I can actually do this, you know? It's not just like for men, and it's, you know, I could do it as someone who wasn't necessarily one of the smartest persons when it came to math or science and stuff like that. And I honestly just had a lot of fun because not only were there a lot of friendships being formed, but all the coaches and mentors were women, such as the internet media mentor. She was actually an alumni on our team.
Basically, I've been interested in robotics pretty much my whole life. I've always enjoyed doing math and science classes, and I like to push myself to take harder versions of those classes so I can continue to learn. And I also plan to go into an engineering field when I graduate high school, whether that be mechanical or aerospace. I haven't really decided yet, but I would definitely like to go to college for some form of engineering and definitely go into the workforce.
STEAM.
Well, one thing was my friend was in it and she told me about it previous years. And two, I did the middle school team for 1 year because they only had it for 1 year. They were like very first. So yeah, and it was pretty fun. Didn't really do anything though. We were like, and then I knew about like this team and I was like, okay, it's not their first year, so good enough. I'm going to join this one.
STEM.
I've always kind of just been really exposed to it. Like my dad, from a young age, we've been doing wood projects and different building projects. Also, I was homeschooled for a lot of my school career, so my mom really incorporated the STEM into my curriculum.
My interest in robotics, how I got into it, started back in elementary school. I really liked math and science. I got into the FLL. Because of that, I've now gotten into FOC on STEM.
How do you think STEM? Ada Lovelace, born December 10th, 1815 in England. She grew up with her mother, who privately tutored her in mathematics, which was strange for women to know even simple math back then. When she was 17, Babbage demonstrated the small working part of the engine to her. She got married to William King and had 3 kids with him that withheld her mathematics studies. She later resumed her studies. She hypothesized that programming can work with things other than numbers, such as letters or musical notes even. She gave her name to the Ada programming language before her death, from cancer on November 27, 1852. When she died at the age of 36, she was buried next to her father, and only after that, her contributions were fully known by archaeologists and historians.
How do you think STEM will affect you in the long run?
I think being on the robotics team in general is a great way for colleges and possible internships and jobs to be able to see that I have had experience in STEM, and being able to have that step ahead already. It's be really helpful to already have experience and know what I'm supposed to be doing.
So I want to pursue a career in STEAM, and the career I want to pursue is going to have to require a master's or a doctorate to actually attain it. And a good college to get that would be OU, and OU is a really good college that supports STEM, and honestly, you can get into any good college with any sort of thing with STEM, because it shows that you're good at teamwork. You're good at teamwork, and you are really good at what you do.
I want to be an engineer when I grow up, this would probably be really good to get in a good engineering college like I want to. This will also just give me experience what I didn't have before without it. So I'm going to be ready for college and I already have some experience. 2 good things to have.
Well, 1, I know it looks good on your resume. 2, it could also get you college and job opportunities that you would have never had before. Example, like some colleges will actually loan you money to join them. Like, kind of like if you get good grades and take AP classes. But only robotics is a lot easier, and there's not nearly half as much math, I don't think. I'm not in like that section, so I wouldn't know.
In the long run, I think STEM will really help me with things like jobs in college, because they help with the things that I really want to go into.
In the long run.
I think it'll really follow me forever, like throughout my life. And I think that with my chosen career, education, I think I want to do either an elementary school teacher or maybe a STEM teacher for younger kids. I'm not sure.
Catherine Goebel Johnson, African-American woman born in 1918. She went to West Virginia State University and at the age of 18, in 1937, graduated with her bachelor's degree in mathematics and French. She later began working as a computer for the NICA in 1953 and helped with the Apollo 11 and Friendship 7. After 33 years of working with NASA, she retired in 1986. She earned awards like the NASA Lunar Orbital Award and 3 NASA Special Achievement Awards. She was presented with an honorary Doctor of Law degree from State University of New York, along with honorary Doctor of Science degrees from Capitol College in Maryland and University of Virginia. NASA Administrator Charles Bolden had said, "She's one of the greatest minds to ever grace our agency or our country. And because of the trail she blazed, young Americans like my granddaughters can pursue their own dreams without a feeling of inferiority." And in 2015, she received the Presidential Medal of Freedom. And in 2016, her story was told in the book and motion picture Hidden Figures. But in 2020, she had passed away at the age of 101.
Why is it important for women to be involved in STEAM?
So not only is STEM a very male-dominant workplace, it is important to have like both the ideas of men and women, because people tend to have different thought processes, especially men and women, because men tend to be more hands-on with their thinking, while women tend to be more theoretical with their thinking. I guess that's how you would phrase that. But honestly, well, there are different ways of thinking and learning, but the ways to apply those can also be different based on your gender or sex. And honestly, it is just amazing to have powerful, smart women involved in STEM.
I think it's really important because for a long time women weren't allowed to do these things or weren't given the opportunities. STEM is definitely an opportunity to learn more about it, get more opportunities, like I said, things like jobs, college.
Women to be involved in STEM.
I think it's really important for diversity in the workforce, and women can bring a lot of more ideas to the companies.
It is important for women to be involved in STEM is to give another perspective to things that are getting made, for the most part, especially in the male-dominated territory that engineering is.
I think it's important for women to be in STEM not only because of the different perspective that they might offer, but it's also just important for everyone to be able to have the access to the education and the knowledge that comes with STEM, whether that be critical thinking or just general life skills. I think it's just really important to be able to know that type of material and to be able to engage in it no matter who you are.
It is important because they need to follow their dreams too. And our world is evolving from women just being like housewives and stuff to women being more active in the work field and like building and stuff. So like now, instead of men doing all that stuff, women are too, because everybody deserves to follow their dreams.
Okay. Sally Ride, born May 26, 1921. When she was a teenager, she played tennis and placed 18th nationally. In 1968, she enrolled at Swarthmore College to major in physics, but dropped out after 3 semesters to work on tennis full-time. In 1970, she gave up tennis to go to Stanford University and took a double major in both physics and English literature. She continued at Stanford for her PhD in physics. Her research focused on the absorption of X-rays by interstellar gas. She acted as backup orbit capsule communicator, or CAPCOM, for the STS-2 and prime orbit CAPCOM for STS-3. Ride then became the first woman to fly in space on the STS-7 in 1983 and also flew on the STS-41G in 1984. She did a lot more after that, but July 23rd, 2012, she passed away at the age of 61.